Hey, we're gonna try this one last time. Reporting live from the park again, doing another India talk with my daily series of sharing with you guys, sharing and reflecting with you about this time last year of being locked up by my ex, who locked me up, created a narrative, strategized, and orchestrated the whole ordeal, and tried to throw away the key and leave me there and try to make me a mental patient, try to make me a vegetable, try to make me his, I don't even know what to call it. Life is funny, but God is funnier. I am trying to set up a little thing here. Not really liking this angle, but let's rock with it because I don't got a lot of time. So, hey you, how are you? How is your day going today? The weather here is nice for right now. It's going to be like almost 100 degrees by 4 o'clock today. So I'm trying to be at the park with my daughter and then get some errands done and get back to the house. Not that I don't mind, but she sometimes gets overheated and we already been outside since like 12. So with that being said, I have some goodies today. I have my journal and I have my notebook, two very important books that are my proof of this time of my life that I'm reflecting on with you. So this is the journal that I had got in the hospital that I had to ask for because I was there. Today makes officially day 7. And I didn't start documenting in this until 8/5/24, and I have a lot of journal entries from 8/5/24, which would make it officially day 8 of me being at this particular hospital, Westboro. But in my journal, it's documented as day 10 because I was including. Wait. I was including all of the days from July 26th, but I spent 3 days at the local hospital here in my hometown. And then when I got here, they were telling me to watch TV and color and participate in the groups and shit. And I was like, I don't do none of that. I don't watch TV. Hi, welcome. So I was like, don't you have some books? And then they had 2 books in their little crappy library. So I took the 2 books and then I asked for books to document, to journal. So here is one of the official journals. I brought it with me. Let me say hi to you. Hi, Rob, Matt. Thanks for joining. Hi, Ahmed, MD. Thank you. I am doing well today. I'm at the park with my baby. Hold on, let me get some eyes on her. There's a bunch of okay, there you are. There's a bunch of other kids that just came. You love me? Oh, thank you. I love you too. I hope to be able to meet you one day. Thank you. CJ, yo, you banging. Yo, you banging or you solo? Either way, hit me up. You hard as hell. Oh, thank you, CJ. Hold on. From your um from your profile picture. I can't the little circles don't do any justice, right? From your profile picture, I can't see. I'm gonna have to go and um look at you closer. But from your profile picture, you look very handsome. So thank you. But what do you mean am I banging in my solo? Am I in a relationship? I haven't been banging in a long time. Well over a year. So no. I'm solo, single, and really don't know when I'll be ready to mingle after being traumatized by somebody I thought I would spend the rest of my life with. Hi, I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry, and I'm not even gonna try. But thank you. And um, Punk says CJ stop being freaky. You're hilarious. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Punk, for joining. Aw. Um, Rob, my number, smile. All right. So yeah, Kiris. Hey, you are so pretty. Thank you. I'm sure you are just as pretty. Your profile picture looks like an anime, so can't really tell. But hi. Randy B says hi. Today's your birthday. Oh, happiest birthday! I'm so excited. I'm so excited that today's your birthday. Boo, what are you doing? Don't stand on my shoulders. That hurts. Um, want to see sometime? I don't know what that's referring to. Can you say hi to Evie? Hi, Evie. Welcome. Of course, I can say hi. How are you? I'm trying to do some interactions here and keep eye on my daughter, and I really don't like my daughter being in my video. So, Aubrey, thank you for the compliment. The gray area. Oh, I like your name. I like your name. And making an Asian dude from an ATL fall in love with you. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to unpack there. Thank you for your compliments. And then an Asian dude from Atlanta. Do you just reside in Atlanta, or were you born and raised there? And thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been to Atlanta so many times. I do not like Atlanta. I don't know why people make such a big praise about it. I definitely know that Black people are always like, "Oh, it's Black excellence" and all this. Like, it's too much for me. I don't like it. I don't. I have like so many terrible memories from Atlanta, Georgia. But anywho, it won't stop me from visiting again. But it's really just not my cup of tea. What's up? What's up? Your name reminds me of the Martin Show, one of my favorite shows. Hi. Uh, RPQ says you are so beautiful. Thank you. How old are you? And thank you. I'm I'm seasoned. I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s baby and the 90s raised me. Um I don't have meetup, Rob. Apologies. What's up says why? Why do what? Call you? What am I calling you for, my love? The gray area says originally from Los Angeles, moved here 2 years ago, and I love it here. Black folks here differ from Los Angeles for sure. Okay, so you're from LA. I've never been to LA. Um, that's interesting. Why did you move to Atlanta? And what do you like more about Atlanta than Los Angeles? I feel like Los Angeles has probably so much more stuff to do than Atlanta. Yes, Evie, I said hi to you already, but I'll say hi to you again. Shouts out to you. I like your name as well. Um, all right, so you guys are here. Respond, please. Respond to what? I already respond. Are you a robot? Are you AI? All right. So today's story time. Like I said, I was officially got my notebooks here, and I really didn't start documenting until day 8, which makes tomorrow, or day 10, however you look at it. And I wanted to show you guys my notebooks because this is my notebook with my journal entries from being at Westboro, and then this is my journal entry from therapy. I started documenting a lot of stuff in here. I'm sorry if I'm cutting in or out. I'm at the park and it was saying that my Wi-Fi was a little out. Can you hear me now? I hope so. If not, I'm just gonna still rock with it. Maybe I'll have to come back on later and do it. But this book is particularly near and dear to my heart. Stay this way, boo. Near and dear to my heart because so much stuff is documented in here. I started keeping a journal because that man, we would have conversations and things would happen, and I'd always be like, I wish there was cameras in this freaking house, yo, because you're the only person I talk to, and every time I'm talking about something or bringing up something or revisiting something, you're telling me it never happened. He was really trying to play with my head before locking me up. A lot of stuff was happening. So I started documenting things that he would say, things that we would talk about, things that we would do, date, time, and everything. So he couldn't tell me, don't lose your microphone, okay, boo? So he could not tell me that it didn't happen. And then this book turned into me writing 6 months of freaking apology letters due to my therapist, which I didn't understand. Why would you be telling me to write apologies letters to somebody who is abusing me? I don't understand that. So this book is very near and dear to my heart. And then this is my journal entries that I started documenting when I'm being in Westboro, but it wasn't until day 8. So anyways, I hope I can you can hear me now, Evie. Thank you for the confirmation. Hi, I don't know how to say your name. Shimmy? I don't know. Hi, welcome. Robin, thank you for the hi. Hi. All right, so day 7 was um today last year during this time. No, I'm not from Japan. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm from the East Coast. Um today, this day last year was officially day 7 of me being there at Westboro. But then actually day 9 of this whole thing collaborated from July 26th of 2024. So it was a Sunday, and I was still just in limbo of waiting to hear back from my brother. I was hoping that one of my family members would call me. I was waiting for my brother. I don't know how to speak German or read German, so I have no clue what you're saying. Funny, someone from German is on here. I'm talking about my ex who was born in Germany. Very funny. So it was just like waiting in limbo. So I really do not know. I really don't have a big story time to share with you guys, but I can show you a couple things from my journal. So I had to write in marker because when you're locked up, they will not give you pens because they think that you're gonna harm yourself, and so they give you freaking magic markers. So everything is written here in a magic marker. Um, I am German and English. Love that for you. I do want to learn how to speak the language. I want to learn how to speak all languages. So here you can see I have rehab Westboro. This is where I was, Westboro, July 24th, when it all started. And on 8/2, my love, I want my daughter, my camera shot. Um, on 8/2, so 8/2, I wrote in here because I was waiting to see the doctor. And it felt like I was waiting to see her forever. I'd already been in here for a damn near a week. Why didn't I see the doctor yet? I don't know. I don't know what was going on with this lady. But I had wrote some questions down for her on 8/2 to ask. So I'll share those with you. I wrote, how can my family be directly connected to her when they finally start calling the payphone here for me with their questions and concerns regarding me, because I just knew that once my family find out where I was and what happened, that they would be concerned, that they would have questions, and that they would want to talk and advocate for me. That's what I thought. And then I was gonna ask her if there was a gynecologist there because I was thinking that I have might have been pregnant. I was having some symptoms. A lot of strange things was happening to me. I also thought that my ex get out of my camera shot. I also thought that my ex was MIA, and I didn't know where he was or where my daughter was, and I thought that he was heading to California, because funny that the Asian guy on here was from California. That's funny. Everything is, look at that. It's all connected. I thought he was going to California because he told me well before this happened that he would leave me and he was trying to get to California to go hang out with a certain somebody. Ay, ay, ay. Funny, funny, funny. Um, I also wrote that he referred me to the hospital, the local hospital here in my hometown, which is where this all started from, and that he works at his job in another town here in Massachusetts, and that his work phone number, and I was not tripping, his work phone number was the same area code as to where I was placed at in Westboro, which is a 508 area code. Now he works in Massachusetts. All of this is in Massachusetts, but our area code is 413. So I always thought that it was weird as to why he had a 508 work phone number. And then when I was there, like I was just connecting the dots and journaling stuff. So I was like, damn, I need to speak to this doctor because everyone I was speaking to, the nurse and the social worker, nobody was believing what I was saying. So I was like, I cannot wait to speak to my doctor because somebody's going to check into what the hell I'm saying. So that, especially about the phone number. And then that I had talked to the aunt and that she confirmed that the mom and the reason is why I was there because of malicious behavior to get my daughter to their self, um, and to do with psych behavior, mental health, which is funny because his mom, um, this is all funny reading this back because his mom, my love, come back this way. His mom had created a narrative well before this happening. No, oh my gosh, no, it's my daughter. Excuse me, don't live here, my love. Thank you. She's been coming. We've been coming over, and she's been coming here to the door. So she sees it open today, so she just helped herself in. Yeah, she wants to come visit and say hi. That's okay. Thank you. I know. Thank you. Bye. See, I like when people are nice about it. My love, stay over here at the playground part where Mama can see you. Don't go in people's houses unless you know them. Okay. Hello, gorgeous. Hi, welcome. So, yeah, so the funny thing is revisiting this list of things that I wrote of questions to talk to the doctor about. Um, his mom wanted to get my daughter to herself. One, because she had been wanting to beat my daughter for a long time. Because in her head, she wants to beat her to discipline her because she don't like that I don't beat my child and that I raise her with love and patience and grace and I don't kill her curiosity. So I honestly have no clue what they did to my daughter the time that I was gone, but I do know that I was working on hugging with my daughter. It was a skill set that I was working with her. And she wasn't embracing, like she wasn't giving like a full hug. It was something that I was working on. And I know that when I finally got out and I got back and I got to my kid, she has been hugging me nonstop, squeezing me tight and everything. And it's like everything happens for a reason. And it's probably good that my daughter has a speech delay and her speaking is drastically improved since we left the environment. But it's probably good that she can't tell me what they did to her while I was gone because who knows how this shit would have turned out. But definitely they wanted to harm my daughter and basically be under full control to discipline her however they see fit. You know what I'm saying? And his aunt confirmed it because I had her checking in, like going over there to the sister's house, And she used to always hang out at the sister's house a lot. And so when this happened, she was just like, I used to go over there weekly, and I don't go there much more because something's going on with the sister, the mom. And I was like, yeah, something is going on with her, and she's tripping. And like when I get out of here, when I get out of here, I cannot tell you what I'm gonna do. And then also, she also was creating a narrative, the mom, grandma, of that I was keeping my child away from her, which was not true. I was always asking her to watch her only when I was going to school because I was pursuing my bachelor's degree. So when I would go to school, and then when I would do events. Now, when I was doing events selling my sauce or selling food, if there was an event that was longer than 3 hours, is the only time I would ask her to watch, because my daughter is getting older. She's not gonna sit in a stroller that long, and it's too hot, or she's gotta go to the bathroom. Like her needs were growing past to just be able to sit at an event with me for 2 or 3 hours. Anytime I would ask her to watch her so I could make money or I could go to school, she was like, I'm retired. I don't have time for that. I'm not watching her. So it just got to the point where I stopped doing everything because I was like, I have nobody to help me watch my kid. Dad won't watch her and grandma won't watch her. Like, I don't understand what this is. I don't understand. So it's like, how can you be creating a narrative that I'm keeping my kid away from you when you don't want to be bothered with your own kid? Like, you don't like your kids and you don't like your grandkids. But now you're creating this narrative to try to make me be a bad person. And the funny thing is, like, what you speak into existence will happen, because now you're not gonna see my fucking kid because of the things that they just pulled all last year up until March of this year. So be careful what you speak into existence. And then the last thing I put is that the doctors, that the social worker and stuff was trying to tell me that my daughter is with her dad, but I wasn't sure if he had seen her since Friday 7/26/24, when he separated us and gave my daughter to his mom. That's where I thought that she was, with the mother, because he gives all his kids to his mother. He don't spend no freaking time with his kids. So that's something that I wrote on 8-2. I'm gonna cover up the doctor's name on 8-2. I call her Dr. W. So that's what I wrote on 8-2. And then on 8-3, I wrote more questions to talk to the doctor whenever I see her, which was, I requested vitamins because they were very adamant on making me take that medication when I don't take medication. What's wrong with these people? So I had wrote down things that I wanted. I wanted vitamins, vitamin zinc, magnesium, vitamin C and D, and a multivitamin. And then I asked for I wanted to have a stool softener because they were forcing me to eat the food that I didn't want to eat. And then Tylenol because I was having headaches, and then Benadryl because I couldn't sleep and I had been awake for several days at this point in time. And oh, and at this point in time, they had told me that they had gave me a doctor's order for Gatorade because they're like, how have you been here for 6 days and you haven't? Now this is day 7, but I'm just revisiting notes. Um, how have you been able to not eat or drink anything since being here? And I explained to the social worker, and then I also explained to the doctor when I finally seen her, is I lived with my mother. I lived with my mother for 4 years. That's how I could fucking channel anything. When I lived with my mother, me and my sister starved. Me and my sister starved living with my mom because my mom would sell everything. She'd sell the food, she'd sell the refrigerator, she'd sell everything when she wanted to get high. So there's plenty of times that I went days, weeks, months without fucking eating. So so I could easily just channel that shit. And then there, I had to channel mad shit in order to stay strong and survive and to try to comprehend what the hell I was going through there. So they had gave me a doctor's order for Gatorade, which you could only have between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. After that, you have to have water. And I remember that everybody there was jealous that I got to have Gatorade. And they'd ask me like, because I could have multiple cups as much as I wanted, but I just had to have it in between those hours. And so the people there would be like, "Please, could you get a cup of Gatorade and give it to me?" It was the craziest experience of my life. And so I was like, "Sure." So I became very popular there because people wanted to talk to me, wanted to learn about all the stuff I had going on and what got me there, and then wanted me to get Gatorade for them. Let me check in with you guys. I'm from Germany. Yes, you told. Oh, clearest place 20 unknown. I never been to Germany, but I tell me some stuff about Germany. Make sure you hit that like button. One voice. I like your name. Are you talking about my like button or your like button? Either way, um, Roger that. The family said hi. Oh, that reminds me of Fabulous, one of my favorite rappers. Young Mac, you are so beautiful. Thank you. And Amen 13. Ooh, I like your name too. Says hi. So that was that. Um, and then 8-3 again, I wrote a plan for my release. And I wrote down all these things that actually um, came into fruition, but not until the beginning of this year. So it was a crazy time. I had wrote that I was gonna get my lottery tickets, and I have wrote that I'm gonna pick up my belongings, my car keys, my paperwork for the trailer, my computers, my chargers, my phone, my identification IDs, my gun, my clothes, my shoes, jewelry, hair care, scars, pictures, and then I was gonna disconnect everything because everything was in my name at that house. And then I have it here written in on pencil that I didn't end up doing that until 3/13, the day that we left court. Um, when I was asking for an extension of uh, res- the, the restraining order. So I wrote this on 8/3/24, but I didn't disconnect everything from the house until 3/13/25. And then things to sell was my baby's old items, and which I wasn't able to do that because when I went to turn in her clothes and stuff that were all good condition, a lot of that stuff was brand new. They rejected it because it all smelled like smoke. Thanks to dad. And then when I told him that, he was like, "Oh, how could it smell like smoke? I only smoke in one section of the house." But my brain's broken. Give me a break, guy. And then the trailer that I had bought for him, and then that car, which I didn't get to do any of that stuff because he argued me down about I can't sell the trailer and that car. I just left everything. Like fuck all this shit. I gave him the titles for everything. Everything was in my name. I should be able to. I'm starting over. I need to be able to get around with your kid, yo. And you made such a big deal, and then God told me to just like let that shit go. But that was all not until the beginning of this year. So and the stuff is still sitting there. He made such a big deal. He ain't sold the shit yet, and the trailer is being used as my storage unit with all of my items from the house in there. And then yeah, my official journal entries of the crazy stuff that happened to me in that hospital didn't start until tomorrow, 8/5/24. And then you can see here day 10, which day 10, day 10 is the proper day, but day 10 is accumulating both of the hospitals. In here at this hospital, it was officially day 8. So I will read that out loud to you tomorrow. But that was just a recap. Like I said, today, this day last year was a Sunday in there. So I was still waiting to talk to the fucking doctor and waiting to hear back. I was waiting for the phone to ring with it being my brother on the line because I know that his aunt went to my nephew's store to give my nephew the number so they could give it to his dad so that I could get a call. So I was just waiting, 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 and nothing had happened. I didn't get a call from nobody. Hi again. How are you? Welcome back. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you came out to be social again today. Yeah, that's my daughter. She was just kind of laying around. What's her name? Her name's Patience. Yeah.
When someone comes to me, I say them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I live across the street.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You're not too far away from the park. That's nice.
Look at I live over there.
Oh, wow. I love that for you.
Sometimes I go to my mother's house.
Do you come to the park a lot?
No, I don't come to a park a lot at my mom's house. I just come to a park a lot at my dad's.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Wait, what's your house?
Oh, it's far away. We don't live close to the park. We just come here sometimes.
Wait, with your car?
Nope, not today. We walked like 20 minutes away, getting some exercise. I love kids. They're so cute. All right, so let me check in with you guys. I turned my love of food into a Texas barbecue restaurant and steakhouse 6 years ago. Now I own 3 spots in Houston, Austin area. Wow, I love that for you. That's awesome. That was what I tried to do with that man. But all that stuff was supposed to be quote unquote his dream. And we did manifest a lot of stuff. And then it all went to shit. But I don't eat any barbecue anymore, or else I would. And I don't eat steak. I don't eat any meat. But I love that for you. Big congratulations. That's very successful, and I love that you're able to turn your love for something into successful businesses. So congratulations to you. And I never been to Houston. That's somewhere else I got to get to. A lot of people have been checking in for Texas, so that's another sign for me. So congratulations to you, John. Artist, hello, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Joe Mackey says, sounds like a great dad. Are you being sarcastic? I hope so. Hmm. And okay, I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Hey, what do you think of YouTube AI age verification? I know nothing about that. I thought I seen something that was saying YouTube is getting rid of AI, like, or you're not able to monetize if you do an AI page anymore, or like voiceover. No, my love, put it back. No, put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Thank you. You want your chocolate milk? You can get your chocolate milk. Yeah, she does. She does, but if she wants to, but she might not. She's just kind of hanging out.
Okay, ask her if she wants to try my scooter.
She's drinking her chocolate milk right now. But thank you for offering. That was so nice to you.
When she's ready, she can. It's an electric scooter, but she doesn't. Because if she like does this and then she puts her back foot on the button, I'll show you. It
Okay.
electrifies it and then it like turns very quick.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for offering. That's so sweet of you. Where's your chocolate milk, baby? Don't put it down or bring it back to mama. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have no thoughts about the age verification. I just put that my videos are not for kids. That's all. I don't know anything more than that. Hey Frida, I like your name. So yeah, that was pretty much today's wrap up of my crazy life of this time last year. If you guys don't have any questions, there was really nothing too popping that happened today. It was just I was in there another day. I was mad. Every day I would say, I don't fucking belong here. I do not belong here. And I'm away from my kid another day and nobody gives a shit, yo. And I don't know where my kid is. And you're listening to some man who told y'all that he's my husband. And I've never been married. And the more I said that, they was like, wow, you're really crazy. You don't remember getting married. What type of shit are they on? I don't know. But gotta love the little people. They be in their own world. Say it, Siler. You know what's so funny is that every time we come to the park, like kids love my baby, and they're always trying to offer and give us something. and they're just so intrigued by her. You know why? Because she just be doing her own thing, and they're just like, oh my gosh, like I want to talk to her, I want to play with her, like she just seems like so cool. I might don't be paying them no mind. Well, she does, but she just does her own thing. But this little girl, she was here the other day and she had a ball of string or like yarn or something, and they were playing with it. It was so cute. But what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Talk to me today. Did I get on the right time today? The last 2 days it was like jumping on here. Y'all was really in tune with me today. But Joe Mackey, I wanted you to explain more if you're trying to be sarcastic, because I hope so, because that's a joke of the day. Sounds like a great dad. Listen, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit on here and bash that man. I'm just gonna tell y'all my story of what happened to me due to that man, due to me loving the wrong man and forcing shit. This is my fault. Like I no longer give him the credit in my description. That's another thing I'm learning. My love, hey, 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 come back. Turn around. Ay, it's okay. Um, my love, come back this way. It's funny. When I bring your own stuff, you won't play with it. Trying to play basketball? Okay, let her give it to you. Come, baby. When mama brings your basketball and your soccer ball, you won't play with it. Then you see other people's and you want it. I guess that's just how it goes, right? Um, sorry, I forgot what I was saying. What did you say? 2 weeks from today, school starts back up. Where you at? Because school doesn't start. Well, my daughter started in kindergarten, so school doesn't start till September after Labor Day. But yeah, so I gotta know it's 2 o'clock already. I'm gonna have to end this live. Um, I totally forgot what I was saying. It's so hard. I be really wanted to be focused here, but I'm showing up for myself and being consistent, no matter like what I gotta do. But I think I was talking about that. Oh, I said I was not gonna give him the credit anymore. I was doing that. The credit goes to God. Really, God got me out that situation. And I think that it had to be like so drastic, so eye opening, and such a like blow to my head and blow to my stomach and blow to my heart, because I had been in this long term relationship and there was so many signs, so many red flags, so many things that I didn't ignore. I just put them in the back of my head, and then I tried to work on them with him. And the more I tried to work on them with him, the more at first it seemed like he was like, yeah, like be my reminder, be my inspiration, be my whatever. And then as years went on, it just turned into like, you can't change me, you can't tell me what to do, you can't. I do whatever I want to do and a lot of stuff. And I was just like, wow. When you talk in theory, you talk about this great man that you want to be, this great parent that you want to be, how you want to be better than your dad, and you want to set this foundation. And that's what I'm very much on. Like everything I say what I mean and mean what I say. He's total opposite. And then I definitely want to be the opposite of my mom and my parents, and just the way that I was raised. And I want to break generational curses and trauma, and I want to, give opportunities and access and a lifestyle to my daughter. I know I'm not trying to be in competition with my daughter, and I'm not trying to be like, you have to suffer and go without and live in lack until you figure it out. That shit makes no fucking sense to me. So a lot of stuff that he told me was a lot of lies and stuff like that. So I believe that, yeah, like I did this shit to myself. And then God took me through this to really open my eyes and show me this person that I was saying is my person, and this person that I was wanting to marry, and this person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and that I honestly was trying to have more kids with. That's why I wrote here in my notebook I that to get me a pregnancy test when I was locked up in there, because I was like, it was also being strategic because I wanted to get out of there at 40. I wanted to get out of there. So it was also a part of my strategy. But yeah, the grace and the credit and the glory goes to God, man, first and foremost. I'm giving it to this man. But in my descriptions, oh, that's what I was saying. I'm writing my descriptions wrong. So when I go live, I thought that it was going live and putting my description of what I'm saying, but it just says that I'm live. So I have to like sit down and go back and fix all those things. But I'm just going live and being consistent and showing up for myself and advocating for myself and doing my own fucking therapy session, man, because I went through some traumatic stuff and motherfuckers tried to silence me about it and then told me not to talk about it and just act like and get over it and move on with my life. And that is not how it works. I have a lifetime of that. Since the age of 11, I have been traumatized by people I love near and dear to my heart. And I've had to suffer through and survive through and suppress a lot of shit, yo. So with this happening to me and being so traumatizing, I'm like, I'm not gonna shut up about it. I'm gonna talk about this shit. And to go to therapy and them tell me not to talk about it was just like, yo, this there has to be a reason that motherfuckers is trying to silence me about this shit. And the more that I learn that more and more people go through this and they're afraid to speak up about it, I'm like, oh, this is all alignment for me. I'm gonna speak about it. Nobody will be able to shut me up. This is my fucking platform. And if you get on and you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. I don't. I gotta get this shit out. I learned that sometimes bad things need to happen in order for something good to come out of it. Very interesting. I believe that it sucks going through it though. I can tell you that. And I don't know what good is gonna come from this. I feel like something good definitely has to come through it because I put in too much sweat equity. I put in too much time, effort, energy, and money for nothing to come out of it. You may not be able to change the outcome, but you can always change your perspective and move forward. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You can change your perspective and move forward. With that being said, you cannot move forward if you don't process shit. If you don't process the things that you go through, if you don't talk about them, you cannot hold them in, you cannot suppress them. You can't just be like, oh, that happened and move on. Because what happens is when you don't process things, when you don't heal things, you just keep attracting the same type of people, just a different name, just a different body. And I'm at a space in my life where I'm not going to keep attracting men who lust over me. I'm not going to keep attracting men who don't really like me. It might like you just have me a part of like whatever facade they're trying to keep up and they got shit going on in the background or in the closet or whatever's going on. I don't know. But I will never go through nothing like this again and in my lifetime I went through so many things that I've suffered and survived through and moved on from, but not really because I've held it in. So I didn't even see that. But you know what? I said today that I was going to work really hard on not responding to like negative energy. But thank you for responding for me, Siler. I don't even know who this is, and I'm going to give him the time of day. Luna, hi from Kenya. Thank you. Thank you for joining from Kenya. I've never been. I need to get to the motherland. I need to get to my home. To my home. I know what when I get there, I'm not ever gonna want to come back to America. I know that for a fact. So in due time, I'll get there and I'll check it out. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Siler. You're gonna bad things happen so that something good could come out of it. But I'm so over bad things happening. I have like my first half. That's what I was saying yesterday. My first half of my lifetime, welcome, has been struggle and sacrifice and suffering. And I know that this was the epitome of that and that moving forward. Hey, my love, um, moving forward, I'm just gonna have success and abundance and peace and prosperity and access and options. So that's what my moving forward is about. And if I don't get this shit off my chest, if I don't release it, if I don't talk about it, if I don't process it, if I don't have my own therapy session with it, like how can you go to therapy? That is always gonna boggle me. I stopped going to therapy. I did it for 11 months. But therapy was feeling like jury duty. It was feeling like something that somebody else signed me up for because they thought it was a good cause, a good thing to do. When ironically, I was trying to do therapy on my own, but it's like sometimes when you're doing certain stuff, it doesn't come in the way that you imagined it. So I was like, wow, maybe this is happening for my benefit. And then when I was going to try to talk about the stuff I was going through and what just happened to me, they were like, don't focus on that. So what am I here for? If I've come to you for based on this happening, what else do you want me to come here and talk to you about? It was like the weirdest experience, and I tried it. That's why I have a book of fucking apology letters, because this lady's trying to convince me that your husband cared about you and he did this for your safety, and like you need to understand that you're dealing with a lot mentally. Yeah, from a man. That's why I'm in here. I'm dealing with a lot mentally from a man who has not been helping me with my kid. I've been sitting in there if I could tell you the stories, but I had learned being locked up, trying to talking to that doctor every day. I'm making the psychiatrist cry with the stories I'm telling her because I'm just like, yo, you're trying to tell me that this is gonna help my relationship and that this man cares about me, this man who's not my husband who's not my husband. I have another book where I come up with all these series of like movies and documentaries that I'm gonna make based on this shit of like my husband who's not my husband, my mother-in-law who's not my mother-in-law, father-in-law who's not my father-in-law, brother who's not my brother-in-law, all types of shit, yo. And I'm just like, yes, I love that book, and I try to remind myself of that. I have that book actually, The Four Agreements. So thank you for sharing that, Tyler. But does that make sense? The therapist. So I'm like, you're telling me I have mental issues, and I have mental illness based from a man. So I'm like, yeah. If I have to accept this shit, it's coming from this man, yo. Because I have had a daughter. My love, stop doing that. And I have went through a lot. And I could sit here and tell you stories, but I ain't gonna do that because I did that with a psychiatrist, made her cry, and then she told me that I'm grandiose, that I was making this up, pulling it out my ass. Like, excuse me? I don't make up, I don't lie. I don't have a reason to lie about my life. I don't have a reason to lie about anything that I've went through. And so now and second of all, I couldn't make up nothing to this type of degree. My imagination ain't that damn good. So that's why this has called me to talk about it, because I'm like, yo, I have went through so many things in my life, suffered through them, survived them. And so when I tell people about things that I went through, they don't believe them. That been happening to me well before I got fucking locked up. Because to other people, they're like, wow, you don't look like what you've been through. And that's what I'm telling you, Siler, is that I have lived a lifetime of not talking about stuff and like just getting over it, right? But suppressing it on the inside. Where, as a matter of fact, it was causing me health issues, suppressing shit and not talking about stuff and just like moving on and pushing forward. And a lot of times when you're going through stuff, God will allow you to just like get back on your feet quick and not have to think about stuff. This happened to me and it has totally uprooted and trajected um the life path that I was on, at least that thought that I was on. It's been taking me a long time to recover from that shit for a reason. And so now when I'm called to talk about it, I'm like, oh, this is why I'm called to talk about it, because I have a lifetime of stories, testimonies, tests that have survived. And when I tell other people, they're like, no way, because they couldn't imagine going through something like that, to bouncing back from it and being able to live to talk about it. A lot of things that I have went through, what have broke a lot of people, what have given them mental issues, what have made them a vegetable, what have made them like live on the street and be homeless and be like, woe is me, and feel sorry for themselves. Not me. Not me. I'm a fucking survivor. I'm from the hood. So there's not too much you could do to me. But this, definitely from this dealing with this relationship and dealing with loving the wrong person very much just played. I went through mental gymnastics trying to like figure that shit out and recover from it and being like, what should I do with this? Like, what do I do with this? Because this has, it's not just me anymore. This is affecting my kid. And like when things affected me in my lifetime, I'd let it go. But now that I have a kid, it hits different. Like I can't. I have to put motherfuckers in check and put them in their place and stand up for myself, advocate for me, advocate for my kid. That shit's exhausting. And then it's more exhausting when you're trying to add other shit to my plate that I didn't ask you to add. So a lot. It's a lot of shit. But you gotta talk about it. You gotta process it. So that when you do move on, you don't attract the same shit and you attract the people, your tribe, the people that's meant to be in your life, the things that the opportunities that are meant for you to get you far away from that shit. So that you don't keep having the same experiences with different people and different places. Yeah, I love that book, The Four Agreements. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. I'm definitely working a lot on number one. That's why I'm not trying to feed into the negative energy today, because I'm a Sagittarius. I will read you for filth, whoever you are. So I'm trying to work on that. And it's taken me a long time to really grasp about not taking anything personally. But those top four things are definitely things that can change your life. All right, I don't know how to say your name. Conquifador. I'm on the search of a great keefage. Is that here? All right, elaborate more. I don't know what you're searching for. On my page, let me tell you, my page is about. My name is India, aka Mrs. Turn Your Life into a Lifestyle, and my page originally is about helping people build a lifestyle, not a resume, and helping people use their brain to think more, to have thought provoking thoughts that can turn their life into a lifestyle if they will tap into themselves more and out of the world less and save themselves by participating in their own rescue of whatever it is that they see that they want to do. For myself, it was all about making money independently outside of a job so that I can have time freedom and money freedom. And I have been able to do that since 2019. Also, personally develop, like watch TV less and read more books and learn business. Learn learn how to be your own fucking boss. Things of that nature. But right now, I've taken such a break from my YouTube channel, and I was building businesses on Facebook and Instagram and having success. But then my success hit a plateau, and I couldn't understand why. And then it's bringing me to this part of my life where I am sharing that I figured out the why. And it was because of the person I was building with was my enemy, and I almost didn't survive that shit, yo. So I'm on here at this point in time sharing that point in time in my life from last year to this year. But I will get back to teaching. I will get back to thought provoking content. I will get back to sharing tips and advice and resources and tools on how to turn your life into a lifestyle by participating in your own rescue and saving yourself from the box that other people try to put you in. And that's my message. Don't let anybody put you in a box, because those who try to put you in a box can't get out of theirs. So if you elaborate what keefage you're looking for, I might be able to help you. Stay away from her. She'll call the cops. Who is that? Who is that? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hold on, let me see my baby. Oh, there you are. First and foremost, I don't know who this is. You must be somebody that knows me personally or knows what I'm talking about. I am black. I'm African American. I'm indigenous. I'm Chickasaw Indian. I don't like the fucking cops. I don't like the cops. And before this happened to me, I would be like, and I would never call the cops. But let me tell you something. This happening to me, I ain't afraid. I'll call the cops on any fucking body. If you're trying to play with my life, and try to play with my kid, try to play with my mind and my brain. Yep, I will if you're trying to do some fuck shit. So I don't know who you are, more fire, and you don't even got a real picture on your profile. So you're op. Siler, never suppress it, but learn from it and don't make the same mistake twice. You got that right. But a lot of people are taught to suppress stuff. So that's why I wanted to elaborate more on that. Ooh, you're a Libra. October or September? Elaborate. This is very important to me because I did a whole video, not on here, on Facebook and Instagram. I did a whole video on how I need to be with the air sign, and specifically a Libra. I did a whole video on it. I'm very much into astrology, not that deep, but deep enough. So I'm a fire sign, and I've had two serious relationships. The first one was with the Aries, and fire just makes more fire. It just doesn't go together. And then my last relationship was with a Virgo, earth sign. Now to me, it made a lot of sense. Hey boo, you want to come up here? You hurt your foot? You wanna kiss? Okay. Mwah, 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 mwah. Better? Okay. You want a band-aid? Okay. Mama has a band-aid for you. I think I have one here in my book. Hold on, baby. You always want a band-aid. Mama just seen one. Yep, here it is. There you go, boo. Um, okay, back to the astrology. So, and I was with the Virgo, with my last serious relationship. And at the time, it made sense. I'm like, I used to make jokes about it, like earth and fire make lava. We were meant to be together. And one major thing about him in particular is that for like the last 3 years, I kept saying like every time I get my fire back, you keep putting my fire out, and that's important to me. Like, don't put my fire out because my fire is what makes me. And I would constantly keep having that argument with him, like you keep intentionally trying to put my fire out, or literally put it out, and then it takes me so much effort and energy to like get my spark back. And I don't know why you would try to sabotage me like that. Thank you, boo. And so then I started doing research, and I was just like, oh, water obviously would put out fire, water, fire. So then I was like, oh, air signs, air, India, you're so crazy. Air, you need to be with an air sign because air keeps fire going. Air would never put out my fire, it would always keep it going. But then I was like, I know some Aquarius, and I don't rock with that. And then what's the other air sign? Damn, it's slipping my head. But my mother is a Libra. And I was like, oh, it makes sense for me to be with a Libra man because I've always wanted to have a relationship with my father. So I had like a whole thing. I did a whole video on it. But it's a very important which month you were born in. More fire. She will mess up your health. Hearing her voice all day, no thank you. You might be my ex. You might be a freaking you might be my ex or one of his friends. Y'all got them kangaroos because very interesting. I ain't even gonna respond to you. More fire. You sound hurt and need a hug. See what I'm saying? I don't have to respond to you. I spoke this shit into existence. Motherfuckers are gonna speak up for me and advocate for me and attack y'all who try to attack me. Boom. Oh, you're October.
you
said the right month. If you would have said September, I would have been like, I don't know about that. So October what? What day? Tyler. I'm gonna have to go back and look at your picture. You look handsome in this little circle that I can see. Mr. Miser says, how many baby daddies you got? Why do you want to know? I have one child to answer your question. I don't focus on, I focus on my daughter. I have one kid. Chris Watts can't keep a man, huh? Guess who's the problem? Who says a man wants to be kept? Chris Watts. And you don't have a profile picture. You don't have a real picture of yourself here. So you are a internet thug. Typing with your hands some BS. P says hi. Hi P, I like your name. How are you doing today? Where are you from? Where are you checking in from? Jeffrey Lawson says, how do you feel about Scorpios? I feel Scorpios are the evil twins of Virgos. And I know a lot of Scorpios. They're very sexual oriented. And I don't know. I just know that Scorpios are very selfish. If you get into the science behind scorpions, because Scorpios are based on scorpions. Scorpions. Have you ever read The Tale of the Frog and the Scorpion? It's a very interesting short little poem. But scorpions, yeah, scorpions, the insects, are they insects? I feel like I'm saying the wrong thing. They will eat their own children. So they'll always save themselves and throw you under the bus. Not all. I don't know all Scorpios. And I guess it could be different of depending on if you were October Scorpio or November. I know all October Scorpios, and they're pretty much all the same. But I have a lot of bad experiences, stories that I could share with you. But I don't know you, Jeffrey, so I'm not putting that and projecting that onto you. But I was just answering your question and throwing a little sarcasm because I'm very sarcastic. Siler Salem says, that's invasive. Y'all be trolling for free 99. Tell me about it, yo. They don't got nothing better to do. Nothing better to do. See again, Chris Watts. He never asked you for fire. What are you talking about? Trevor Carter says, is that Diddy juice you're drinking? No, my friend. It's a Celsius. It's a Celsius. You're funny. Cam, I don't know why you would write that. Chris, you know what? A lot of men I know named Chris are all jack offs, yo. Kate Stewart, I do not like Scorpios. Oh, thank you. You elaborated. They are usually very rude. You got that right. They're usually rude and they're selfish and self-centered. That's why I said they're the evil twins of Virgos. But I don't have something bad to say about all Virgos. Like a lot of female Virgos that I know are very nice and they're the opposite of the male Virgos. But I just think that they're very selfish. Like they will throw you under a bus to save themselves every single time. It doesn't matter who you are, your relationships to them, things you've done for them, how you show up for them, the type of person you are. They will always fuck you over. Thank you, boo boo. But share your experience. Kate, Niels, you put a scorpion symbol, so you must be a Scorpio. A Scorpio. I landed on this third rock from the sun on the 5th day. All right, you're 2 days before my mom. My mom's birthday is October 7th. So that's funny. My love, stay this way. Come back. That's funny. What are you doing? Got any birthday plans? October will be here before you know it. Where are you from? Where you live, Siler? Chris rhymes with oh, I thought my baby was back in those people's house. That's funny. Yeah, Chris is just a big hater. And you might want to probably one of my biggest fans. People that be coming on here hating, especially men. You don't even know me, so I don't even know why you'll be commenting this stuff. But I'm just calling you a kangaroo. You're a kangaroo. Kate, you are my sad sister. What month and day? I love that. And then there's a lot of messages that are being held for review. So what are y'all writing on here? What are y'all saying? I don't know. But I don't entertain kangaroos. I don't entertain kangaroos. Kangaroos are a dime a dozen. And kangaroos have a secret. And I learned y'all's secret. Don't make me expose you on here. Y'all all work for my ex. Birds of a feather flock together. I haven't come up with a cute rhyme for the kangaroos. Let me get my baby. She's doing the most. My love, are you ready to go? You want to go? You ready now? All right, let's put on your shoes. And where's your chocolate milk? Go get your chocolate milk. Go get your chocolate milk. Go get your chocolate milk, my love. Go get your chocolate milk so we could go. December 10th. Oh, we're a day apart. I'm December 9th. So I love that. Where do you live? Maybe we're close together. Maybe we can hang out and do some birthday plans. Unfortunately, a lot of these infos got nothing better to do because they got no real game in life. Right? Got nothing to do. So that's why they just come on here on my shit for whatever reason and say stupid shit. But I'm working on not even responding. And I thank you, Siler. Come on, boo. I thank you for speaking to the haters for me. Kangaroos. Fucking losers. But yeah. Nice. What does KCMO mean, Kate? I'm not up on all the internet acronyms. So educate me. TBC, what does that mean? Let's say I'm close to 860. What does that mean? Like my headphones are dying. My love, come on. All right, I gotta take my headphones out because they're dying. Can you still hear me? Let me know. My love, come on. Hold on, I gotta put my headphones in. Hey, baby, come on. Yeah. Ooh, child. All right, can you still hear me? I don't know if you can. Vamos a un motel. Julio, what the hell are you talking about? This kangaroo. I'm not even gonna call your name and give you any attention, any clout anymore. But this kangaroo. Every time men come on here being negative and saying some stupid shit, I'm gonna call you a kangaroo. And if you want me to elaborate what a kangaroo means, I will. I would super chat, but I can't. I know you need it. I don't even know what super chat is. See what I'm saying? Some in the closet bullshit. Oh, you're from Kansas City, Missouri? Come on, baby. Let's go. I've never been to Kansas City, Missouri. Tell me, what is there to do there? My love, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. You finished all your chocolate milk? You drank it all. Tell me what's to do there. I never been. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I feel slow now, Siler. To be continued. You're in Hartford? No way. No way. There's no way you're in Hartford. Come on, my love. And what flyers have you seen me on? See, here's somebody that could verify. Yes, I am from the 413. And I was on many flyers when I was doing all my business stuff with that man. So you know who I'm talking about, Siler. That man had me locked up and put me away and created a narrative and tried to tell people that I'm crazy. And try to tell people that my brain is broken. The brain that built businesses and birthed babies for him. So this is funny. This is so funny. But 860, we're in the 860. My child keeps on. Come on, boo, let's go. Dog is 240. James Rowland, what's up, beautiful, from Arkansas. What's up? I've never been to Arkansas either. Tell me, what is there to do there? How's the weather there today? The kangaroo says, because I already elaborated about that and about YouTube, so I don't need to even talk to you. You clearly want my energy. You're fucking devil siphoner, like my ex. Don't have nothing better to do but try to provoke people to get some kind of entertainment going in your life because your life sucks. Come on, boo, get your give it to mama. So I'll do some research and figure out what a super chat is, but I wouldn't even want to chat with you a super chat anyways. Give it to mama. Come on, let's go. You gotta know the Kansas City Chiefs, girl. I don't be watching sports and all that, girl. I be tapped out of that stuff. I be tuned into creating my own lifestyle. So I don't really be watching sports, or I couldn't tell you nothing about none of that stuff. I could tell you about books. We can have a conversation about books.
No time.
Business. Personal development, thought-provoking conversations, stuff like that. But anything to do with like sports or the everyday norm stuff that people be into, I don't be into it. I'm gonna send you a link to find out who trolls are on here, so next time you can call these kangaroos. What is the link? I don't need to call them out. I'll call them out here if I feel like it, and then thank you. You called them out for me today, and I really appreciate that. The kangaroo is from Wayne Country, Detroit. Look at that. Look at that. God's always working in my favor. And kangaroo says you had a kid with them. So what does that tell you? What does that tell me? You elaborate on that. I don't know what that tells me. That tells me that I asked for something and God gave it to me. That's what that tells me.
Oh, yeah.
And it also tells me that somebody can portray to be some kind of way and act like something that they're not. And you don't find out about it until it's too late. So what are you talking about? Plenty of people have kids with people that they're not supposed to. Doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean anything. Loser. Kangaroo. All right, I gotta get my baby shoes and stuff on, and I gotta go. But because we got things to do before it's dinner time, so I gotta wrap up. But before I wrap up, let me remind you guys. Yeah, my kid is a blessing. So that's the most positive thing that you put today. I appreciate that, Chris. See, when you're nice and when you're positive and when you talk to me like you got some sense, we can have a real conversation. I do have a blessed. I wanted my daughter, and I tried to have her. I lost several kids trying to have a kid with that man. So that should have been my sign then. And I kept pursuing. I really wanted to have a kid with him. I really wanted to have a family with him. And I thought that the dream that he was selling me and the theories of how he talked about who he was and who he wanted to become was what it was. And then I finally got my daughter. So I wanted my kid and I wanted my family. I've been very hurt and traumatized. Come on, boo. By this situation. So I'm just sharing it. And I'm not on here to male bash or say I hate men or fuck men or any of that stuff. That's not who I am. I will never be that person. I am simply sharing my truth and my experience with somebody who happens to be a man because I date men. That's it. So if you want to learn my story, if you want to learn what happened to me, this happened to me. This experience happened to me due to me being in an 11-year relationship with a man who I thought I was going to marry, with a man I thought we were building an empire with a man who I thought would be the father of my children. And I do want to have more kids. I don't know if that will happen, but it turns out everything about my relationship was a lie. And then it ended very tragically. And so I'm on here sharing. And that's just what it is. I ain't gonna tolerate nobody's bullshits. Because I tolerated it for too long. So dag, here boo, put your socks on. So I'm just sharing, like I said. I'm sharing my truth, my experience, my life, my story. And you can either love it or hate it. Wait, baby. Did this come back on? Okay, sorry. Somebody was calling me and I tried to like block it. Here, put your socks on, boo. I tried to block it. I gotta, a lot of people, it seems like everybody jumped off. Let me just go through real fast. Thank you, Siler. Have a good day. Chris, I appreciate you for changing your energy. You don't know about sports either. Then why you say that, girl? When it comes to their responsibilities, that's when they dip. Damn, I learned that the hard way. But honestly, I'm the third mom with the third kid. So I should have known better. But I'm telling you, that man has the gift of gab. And like, we were building businesses. So I was so caught up in the businesses that we were creating and the success that we were having. And I was really caught up into like our conversations of him talking about how he wanted to be this type of person and this type of man and this type of dad. And, you know, I have a bad habit of giving people benefit of the doubt. And something that I learned well before I started dating him was that do not give people benefit of the doubt, because they end up with all the benefit and you end up with all the doubt. So I was just really caught up into what we were creating, and I thought that that was enough to show him that the things that he said he'd ever had, somebody believe in him, somebody be loyal, and it's just like, it's just him. He's not the loyal person. He's not the trustworthy person. And he doesn't know what the fuck he wants in life. And he just says whatever sounds good to get whatever he wants to gain from whoever it is. So, yeah, I learned that the hard way. Chris, you're going to subscribe? All right. Then our back and forth banter wasn't too bad. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope that when you come back tomorrow, because I will show up again tomorrow and share another day experience of my story from this time last year, that we can start off with a better foot. But thank you for subscribing. Charlie says, sometimes we fall in love with the wrong person. You human. You got that right. You got that right. Thank you for joining. Rita Moore says, God gonna send you the man when you least expect it. Yeah, I'm not looking for no man. But you're right about that. The things that you need and that you want come at the time when you least expect them. So thank you for that affirmation over my life. Chris says, well, sorry, and you'll be blessed. Thank you, and very much likewise to you. Big blessings to you. And Thank you again for changing your energy. Thank you, Siler. Thank you for the confirmation. And maybe we could meet up since you're right in Hartford. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Rain, I love your name, Rain Travels. You were dating potential, not the actual person. Whew, you are preaching. I really agree with that. Here, put your other sock on, boo. I was dating, I was very much into his potential and like who I saw him, of who he could be, and also the theory of the person of who he talks about, who he wants to be. So I learned a very valuable lesson to not date for potential and not, you know, I've always been the opposite. Let me see if I can put this here. I've always been the opposite of, what do you call them? People call them the pick-me girls. Before this experience ending like this, I was very much that girl that I would build with a man. I would accept a man with nothing, no job, no car. And if he just has the oomph and the motivation and the potential, like that was enough for me. I would build. I'm definitely, yeah, what did they say? Like the Build-A-Bear, the Build-A-Man woman. That was me. And I really never seen nothing wrong with that. I was just like, well, I don't judge people based on like where they are in life and what happened to them, because everybody has their own timeline. And I don't judge men. Like he had other kids, baby mama drama, all stuff that I said that I would never deal with. But I was like, I can't judge a person and their history, you know, because I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I wouldn't want somebody to be like, oh, well, you were born into this and you come from that, and so I can't give you the chance or the opportunity. And it's like, damn, well, you don't know. Just as, like, I didn't choose to be born into this or go through this or have this kind of trauma or stuff, but I'm working to become a better person. So I always started with an even ground, especially with men. I'm like, I'm not a materialistic person. That's the thing about me. All right, boo. Oh, I didn't strap you in. I'm not a materialistic person. So like men with money and flashy cars and jewelry and stuff, that stuff does not impress me. Is it nice? Yeah, it's nice. But it's like, is that the thing that gets me going? No. Like I like having deep conversations, and I like, all right. I like people for who they are, not for what they have. And I don't know if that's the mistake on my part, because I also feel like there are men who just do those things intentionally for the same reasons of like, oh, they want to have all this flashy stuff to attract women, not because they actually like women or like want to get to know you or start a family or any of those things, just to be like, to get pussy. So I'm definitely not a materialistic person, and I've definitely always been the girl that would build with a man and accept him for who he is and where he's at, as long as he had the potential and the possibility to turn into the person that he says that he wants to become. So I don't know if that was a mistake or a lesson, but like when we started dating, I was like, oh gosh, this is the greatest man. Like he came into my life and he's a blessing. And then later on in the relationship, I was like, I don't know if you're a lesson or a blessing or both. I don't know. But people come into your life to either be a lesson or a blessing, and or sometimes both. So I think I will always be that person at core heart. But now I have boundaries. Now I have a list. I have a list of the type of man that I am attracting to myself, because that's what I realized. I have no boundaries. I have no list. I just accept people for who they are, and I like whoever likes me. And I thought that that was enough. And so in order to not get in this kind of situation again, I have a list and I have boundaries. It doesn't go against the things I believe in. I still accept people for who they are and where they're at. And I don't judge based on like what you have, if that makes sense. Hi, Nugget. Oh, I love your name, Nuggets. I learned a lot of nuggets in business and in this relationship. I got that from my bishop at church. Yes. I have found a really good church that I want to go to. I haven't not been able to get there yet. But until then, I read my Bible, and funny, and I got the Bible while I was locked up. And I listened to like certain pastors on online. I hate pick me people, especially men. Yeah, I'm just learning all about that. Well, I guess that you hate me. I don't define myself as a pick me. I think that that's how other people define women that will work with a man for potential and work with him where he's at and doesn't judge like what he has or what he doesn't have. So I guess that's the terminology. Beautiful days, beautiful rays. Hi, Jamin. And then Barbara the builder. The thing is, when they've been built, they'll go get the woman they would want to have when they have all this stuff and money. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I learned. So that's the lesson that I learned, of like not to do that, because yeah, that was my experience of like, oh, well, he got whatever he wanted from me as far as business wise. And I learned that he didn't really like me like that. He lusted over me, and then he got me, and then he had used my brain to get stuff started for him. And then when the stuff that we started didn't manifest to the level that he wanted it to, and the time frame that he felt, he was done with me. And I spent entirely too much time begging and pleading for trying to figure out, like, why are you so disconnected from me, and why do I feel like we keep getting more separated, and why am I begging you to tap back in with me, and why am I begging you to be a parent, and why am I begging you to fuck me, and why am I begging, what is this? I mean, I've become a beggar in this relationship, like. And so yeah, I don't know, I never really figured out if there was somebody else or anything. I don't know, I just got the fuck up out of there because I kept getting hurt and more abused and more psychological warfare and mental. I had to escape a mental prison and then a physical prison and then his mom and his dad, yo. So, but I do agree with you. There are men that don't like you, and they like you for whatever they could get. And then when you do build them up, yes, and you help them get on their feet, because that's his thing now. Like, he has a really high paying job, and he's the one with the security and the car and all this stuff. And I'm back starting everything over. And so to anybody that he is entertaining, he does look good now, because you can come to his house. He's got all this stuff. He has money. He can splurge and trick or do whatever, take you out or whatever. Let him have him. I don't know. But I am gonna get off. I thank you guys for engaging with me like always, rocking with me, loving me, enjoying seeing my face and hearing my voice. And I'm gonna leave you with my 3 messages, and then I gotta let my baby use my phone so she can entertain herself for a little bit. So my message is, child support might be the next step. Nope. Damn, y'all be trying to get me. I am not that girl. So I just went around that whole system. I'm not wasting my time putting him on child support, because like I said, I'm the third mom with the third kid. And something that I do know that was a red flag was, I believe it was with the first mom, his mother convinced her to put him on child support because he was like treating her like crap and wasn't helping her. And she put him on child support, and all he did was quit the jobs that he had so that he didn't have to pay. So I'm not wasting my time doing that. I told y'all, God is going to bless me, and God is going to fund my lifestyle. So, and I don't like people being in my business. So I'm not going to the courthouse and having to tell them all my business. I don't like that shit. Just to get a couple of dollars for the month, I'm good. I'm not chasing crumbs. Not chasing crumbs. I just did that with this man this entire time and waiting for him to like get a good job, or like waiting for our business to make X amount of dollars. And now I see he's got a good job and he's still the same person, frugal, cheap, and ain't gonna fucking give you nothing unless you beg and stroke that man's ego. I don't have time for that. So I'm not going through the fucking government to chase him. He could live his life. Karma is going to dog walk him and his family for the weirdo shit that they just did to me and my kid, yo. And God's going to bless me and put me on display. And they're going to wish that they treated me better, like a lot of other people. They're going to wish that they treated me better. Because I am keeping a list. I document everything. And when God blesses me the way that God showed me that he's going to bless me on July 26th, 2024, I have a list of people that I've been keeping track of that they don't know. And I'm going to bless them because God told me to. So fuck him and child support. I'm straight. Me and my baby is straight. But yeah, I'm going to get off. Once again, I'm going to leave y'all with my 3 messages because 3 is my number. Reciprocals of 3. Follow me. So message number 1, don't let anybody label you. Damn, I came the wrong way. Don't let anybody label you, because those who try to label you don't want you to see your star power. They don't want you to see who God birthed you to be. So they want to put a label on you so that you'll live in lack and live in fear and not rise to your true potential. Don't let people put you in a box, because those who try to put you in a box can't get out of theirs. And so they want to keep you where they are at their level. And sometimes they want to put you in a ditch. And lastly, don't forget to turn your life into a lifestyle. And the way you do that is saving yourself by participating in your own rescue and living the life that God wants you to live through the purpose of the reason you were born. You are here to build a life, not a resume. And I cannot stress that enough. You are here to build a life. You are here to live, not just exist. And if you don't tap into yourself more and out of the world less, you will never discover what your purpose is, because you're too busy living the life that your parents want you to live, society wants you to live, the school systems wants you to live. And that's why you're miserable. That's why you feel stuck. That's why you haven't figured out what your purpose is. Because you think it's small, you're living small, and you're being a people pleaser. And you'll never turn your life into a lifestyle doing that. So, there's a message. I hope that you have a great day. Oh, right before I was getting off. Hey, chat. Hey, Haley. I'm getting off. I hope that you have a good day. And Tyler, thank you. And Tyler, get Holy Ghost. He's another kangaroo. Every time the kangaroos pop up, I'm gonna redirect somebody else to tell you about yourself, because I ain't gonna. I'm working on being impeccable with my word. Thank you for the reminder, Tyler. All right, until tomorrow, I'll be back with another India talk. Peace. Damn.